Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I have an instructive game to share with you from the 2025 FIDE World Cup. This was played today, November 3rd, on the white end, Faustino Oro, playing against Ante Brkic. Alright, this is from tiebreak 1, game number 2, rapid format, 15 minutes each, 10-second increment. Now in game number 1, Oro lost. So this game here, he is in a must-win situation. We start out with the Colle System. Out of this opening, play will frequently develop in a calmer fashion, but not the case here. Play sharpens quickly after c5, d takes c5, and e6. b4, hanging on to the pawn, challenged with a5, b4 supported, a takes b, c takes b, b6, bishop b5 check. Pop quiz, how would you respond here? Pause the video if you'd like. Alright, only one move. Move in the game. Bishop d7. Playing any other move, you're in big trouble. For instance, knight here, there's c6, knight attacked, and when it moves, if it moves, c7 is going to sting. Going to lose the queen. So it is bishop d7, light square bishop exchange, follow up a4, and after b takes c, b5. Now this may look familiar to many of you if you're familiar with the Semi-Slav Noteboom variation, very sharp line out of the Semi-Slav. That's what we have here, but with colors reversed. Play continues with bishop d6, bishop b2. I should note that this is already sort of an opening success for Oro. Evaluation is reading 0, but it's dynamic equality. Must-win situation. This is a great position to have. From here we have g5. Maybe a bit surprising. This g5 move, black not in a must-win situation, but certainly going with this aggressive committal g5 advance. You could also play it where you castle here. That's solid. All right, black goes with the g5. Another pop quiz. How would you respond here? Pause the video if you'd like. Okay, white is not interested in capturing the pawn. That would invite rook activity. Instead, it's e4, taking advantage of two pins in the position. The knight, pinned to the rook. The pawn, pinned to the bishop. Capturing in either direction will hang one of these pieces. Black continues with g4, knight f to d2. Another pop quiz. What's your move here? Pause the video if you'd like. Okay. This is an especially important moment in the game, a turning point out of this middle game. Black continues here with d4, concedes the c4 square to the knight. Rather than d4, rather than acquiring another passed pawn, 4 in total after d4, computer likes queen b8. Battery formed, a little pressure there on h2. In the case of g3, it's drawn to h5. In the case of some exchange here, this would not be a problem for black. Follow-up check here. It says black is winning after king d8. Next up, rook e8 is an idea. Pin and win of the queen, castling. There's bishop takes h2. It is important to keep the d pawn specifically on d5. In this game, it's d4. Fine. This bishop sides are shut on this diagonal, but this piece is now top. This is what we have. Knight c4 is the follow-up. Pound for pound best piece. Hits the bishop. Blockades a pawn and supports the advance of white's passed pawns. This is a fantastic piece. Black's response is bishop c7. Now, at the top, the computer is saying knight takes e4, and then queen e2, following up with f5 to defend the knight. It is just held together by a thread. Keep in mind, knight has a responsibility defending the bishop here. Okay, in the case of f5, it's saying challenge the knight with the knight. Keep in mind f5, f3, queen h4 is a problem. If knight here, yes, you could give the knight a kick, but there is a reliable defender in the queen after knight d to f6. At the end of the day, black does not take on e4. The bishop simply backs off. Knight b to d2. And from here we have h5. Now, I've drawn attention to this knight. Said it's a great piece. Well, why isn't black maybe trying to get rid of it? There really isn't that's not a good strategy. Because if you play, let's say, knight e5, okay, you've removed one knight, but this guy is right back there. So you're sort of just helping white out if you play in that way. This is really the only great follow-up square for the d2 knight c4, so go ahead, challenge this piece if you want. It's going to be replaced in an instant. From here, it is h5, queen e2. White is in full control here, I gotta say. King f8, rook a3, queen b8, g3, h4, castles, king e7, rook b1, both rooks well positioned behind these passed pawns. H takes g. Another pop quiz. How would you respond here? Pause the video if you'd like. Okay, question here. Which direction do you recapture? In the game, it is f takes g, and this is the correct way. If you follow the general rule, taking towards the center, you would be lost here. This file is now completely opened. The rook has access to h1. Top here, one of the top moves is rook h3. Maybe some tricks on g3. The other detail is that queen h8 is nearby, and rook h1 is going to be a problem. So we have to go with f takes g. This is now just a half open file. If rook h3, and queen h8, no problem. h2 is supported. Black is not getting at that h1 square with the pawn on h2. All right, from here, rook h5, bishop c1. This pawn is now defended directly. White is now ready to go with a5, and b5 will not drop. Queen h8, the pawns roll. b6, a5, rook a6, holding up a further pawn advance. Not ideal. Very awkward piece to have as a blockader of a pawn, a rook. Also, you're asking for trouble here on a6, but tough position ahead here for black. Follow up rook b5. Okay, through b6. It's a nice pivot for the rook, functioning like a rook, multiple directions. Queen h7, doubled up on the b file. Knight e5, bishop a3, weakness here on c5, clearly under fire here. Pawn could also say is pinned. Knight takes knight. Another pop quiz. How would you respond here? Pause the video if you'd like. Okay, at the top, it points out queen captures knight. In the game, rook captures pawn is played. Now, if queen captures knight is played and knight captures e4, a good move here is queen captures d4, taking advantage of this pinned pawn, knight supported. This is collapsing fast here for black. Okay, we don't see queen captures knight. We have instead rook captures pawn. Another pop quiz. What's your move? Pause the video if you'd like. Okay, black has only one move that keeps this level, doesn't find it. We have here bishop d6. Now, at the top, it says you have to take this bishop, remove the idea of moving the rook, landing a discovered check. If this was played, and let's say rook takes, queen takes rook, it says bishop d6 and black can apparently hold this. Bishop a very good piece as a blockader or controller of this promotion square, as well as defender of the knight. If play continued from here with b7, this knight could come back, holding up this advance. It says that this is equal, barely held together here for black. Okay, this is an especially important piece to keep around, defending the knight, and b8. How black plays it, we have at this moment here after the capture on c5, it is bishop d6, rook captures rook, queen captures rook, dark square bishop exchange is in there, follow up queen captures rook, completely lost position here for black. What's tried, queen c5, possible discovery, shut down here with queen d3, follow up knight d7 if black tries something else. For instance, a check, there's no good follow up after king g2. And queen here, you're not getting anywhere closer, no good checks in the position. So black goes to d7, and these connected pawns roll. b7, queen captures a, and white promotes from here. If, let's say this pawn is blockaded, and this is no way to play it either. Completely lost. Knight on its back foot, completely passive position here for black. Queen watching over this pawn. All right, black plays it with queen takes a, b8 equals queen, knight takes queen, and after rook captures knight, black resigns. Completely lost here. White is up a full rook. This is a sharp game out of this reversed Semi-Slav Noteboom variation. The key moment, again, out of this middle game can't really be emphasized enough. This moment here, the importance of keeping that d5 pawn right there. Allowing this piece here on c4, way too good here for white. Anyhow, your thoughts with this one, feel free as usual to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.